Hello friends, this is Ron from Optimized Effects. Welcome to the final video of the EA trading series for 2024. It is the end of January or the start of Feb right now. It is a Sunday and I thought I'd take some time out to welcome you all my new subscribers to the channel. The channel has just had a huge influx, which is absolutely amazing, and I'm really looking forward to sharing my journey or my trading journey and my passive income journey as well with all of you. So yeah, I thought I'd just have a quick hello and yeah, we'll get stuck into the video shortly. And yeah, in this video you're going to see some pretty good results. I'm actually really impressed of how a few robots have traded, and I think they're worth testing more. So I've got a few already lined up for this month, and I've got some that I'll use from this series, and we'll try and do some different things with them and see what we can do to tweak the settings and maybe make some more money than they have already. But yeah, really looking forward to sharing all of this with you, and I've got a special surprise at the end of the video. I've got one of the robots that I did a little bit different with, and I've had it going for not quite a while, but for a little bit of the time of the challenge, and yeah, just want to share those results with you all as well. So yeah, really looking forward to showing everything in this video. I'm going to be going a little bit more of a deep dive in this one, so stay tuned, and I'll put the segments of each one in the description down below, so you can just quickly move to one if you wish. So without further ado, let's get stuck into the video. So I've got a lot to talk about here, so bear with me. But it might benefit you if you're looking to trade these in your portfolio in the future. Rightio, so the first robot we're going to talk about is this one called Expert Trader V6. In the month that it was trading, it made $138, and it did that quite easily. The max drawdown was $136, so a little bit over 10%, or around about 10%, and based on the figures that I have, it could make roughly around about 17% per month. And this is the how it went kind of over the days and over the week. Like this week, it made 47. We've got no trades open moving into the trading, moving into the weekend, which is really good. And it had if you see these negative pips here, it means that it has closed some trades in a loss, but it has still made a profit. So that's how kind of, if you're looking at a martingale system and you see negative, that's why. So you'll close positive trades in profit and close out the negative ones in a loss, and that's why you see negative pips here, even though you're still making a profit. So that's kind of how that works. Right, so daily it makes around about 0.57%, which is amazing, considering it's trading 24/5. If it was 24/7, you'd probably be up around about the 1% mark per day, which is absolutely amazing. But you know, $138 is pretty good with a max drawdown of 136. But I would like to try this on multiple pairs. I think this robot would be good on multiple pairs. Let me know what you think in the comments down below about this EA. But let's have a quick look at the settings. They're not the settings. These are the inputs here. It doesn't give you much to play with here in terms of settings. All you've got is a take profit, a starting lot, and a multiplier. The pip step is the step between the trades. Identifier is usually a magic, and the name of the robot, so you can change that to whatever you want. I could have changed it to whatever I want. The best thing about this robot is that if you're a beginner, if you're new to trading, there's not much to play with here. If you leave it on default, which is I believe this is what this is, yep, you'll get the results that I got over the month, which is, you know, if you're starting out and you've got $1,000, you just want to pay off the robot, this is really good. So this one says here that it's Expert Trader V6, and then over here it says that it's Mike Money's Trading EA by EA Mike. So I think it's maybe not what it is. This goes to a YouTube channel. So I think what's happened here is that someone's probably renamed it, and this is probably Mike Money's robot, but they've called it Expert Trader, and I don't know. So anyway, but it's a really good robot. So yeah, can vouch for this. And the best thing about this is that, you know, you've got a multiplier that you can play with here. If you want to do really, really low risk and do just 1.1 or 1, that means that each lot size will pretty much be the same as the last, and it won't increment very much at all. If you put it on 2, it'll be double each time. So that can get dangerous, but I'll leave that up to you to play with. And at the end of the video, I can do a backtest of this, and you can see kind of how the different settings, or I can do a basic optimization. You can see how the settings affect the robot and how it trades. So that'll be really good. And look to the end of the video for that. That'll be really good. Now, another really good robot I found. Probably not so much really good as in that to drawdown to profit ratio, but as in really good as in it survived the whole month and made almost 200 US dollars. But at the end of this month, it really, really struggled. So it can probably do with not trading yen pairs, but there was NFP. You know, I'll let these things trade 24/5, like they don't stop. And it really got stuck on USD JPY. You can see here, really not happy with USD JPY. It sold in USD JPY, it went to the moon. And you can, if you traded NFP on Friday, you can see here that this is what it did. It just went straight up, and now we've hit resistance. So we'll probably see either break resistance and keep moving higher, or retrace a little bit. But that's what the main drawdown is on this EA, the London breakout, and also AUD CAD. It got into trouble with as well. So it's up to you. What you can do with this is close orders if they've been hanging around for too long at a loss, and then overall you'll probably be in profit. Now I did let it trade AUD USD at the end of this, and it has taken some trades, and it did alter the results a little bit. Like it made it probably make a little bit more money, but it also introduces more risk if you're trading gold, because gold is really volatile. So there you have it with that. So this is just trading. This was just trading default settings. It's a multi-pair trading EA, so it will trade all the pairs that you've seen that it has traded. And we can have a look here. Daily, 0.85%. Monthly, it's on track to make 25% per month. But the most drawdown is right now, with it being open. And we'll have a look here. I think it's on about $332, and the most drawdown it ever experienced was 358. So I'd say that's what happened to it on Friday. And that pretty much rounds up my overview for the daily profits EA London breakout robot. So I can recommend this one. It is good to have. For the week, it made $81. For the year, or not the year, but for the month, 197 in total. Now we have SpaceX Trader Pro. It made $186 in the month, and its most drawdown was USD JPY, which had a total drawdown of $204 just on that pair by itself. All the others did relatively well, but it is in more drawdown than it is in profit. But UJ definitely, you know, it only made $11 and it had 200 in drawdown. So that's that's really bad. Don't recommend. But I don't recommend really any robot that's trading yen unless it's specifically made to trade a yen pair, because statistically, that I found, yen pairs not real good for EAs, for robots. So let's look at these stats here. This is SpaceX Trader Pro trading 6 pairs: GU, EU, UJ, AU, UC, and UC, or the CAD and CHF. And daily it's made 0.77%, monthly is 23%. And we can see the breakdown here for the week. It made $86, and for the month, $186. So there we have it with SpaceX Trader Pro. It is I think it's pretty solid. However, you know, $186 is not too much for the month. I think all of these three here made roughly around about the same, except for the first one, obviously, because it was only trading one pair. So considering it was only trading one pair, this first one, to make $138 and have a drawdown of $100 is 136 is pretty good. I think if it had all the pairs that SpaceX had, it would have made way more. So that's definitely worth having a look at. And the same with the London Breakout. It was also trading more pairs as well. So it's kind of not a direct comparison between these two and the first one, because this one was only trading one pair. So I think we'll try this one again. We'll add maybe up to 10 pairs. I don't know if 10 pairs will work on $1,000. What do you think? And let me know in the comments down below. But yeah, we'll see what happens with the next lot of testing. I'm really looking forward to it. Now, FX Machine, I'm done testing FX Machine. I think it's quite a solid robot, but it is extremely slow. Like, it's barely paid the VPS cost, $22. You know, my VPS costs around about, I think it's 27 a month, 27 AUD a month. So it would have only just paid my VPS. So I don't think it's worth having a terminal with FX Machine trading. I mean, if you had it trading with a few other robots, then yeah, definitely can work. Got a pretty nice sounding car going past there. Yeah, but FX Machine, I think it only trades UU, but then it's got auto setting its work only with all these pairs. So maybe it can trade more pairs. Maybe I've been shooting myself in the foot here with this one, and we should have had it on more pairs. So I'll have a look at the settings for that. I thought it was only EU. I could be wrong. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. I'll see what I can find, and if it can trade more pairs, I'll chuck it on the next one, and we'll see how it goes with more pairs. Because, you know, it's been solid. Like, you know, $22, but look at the drawdown. Hardly anything, 24. And so it makes around about 0.1% per day and monthly 3%. So that's really solid. You know, if you had 100K and you made 3% with a 2.3% max drawdown, that's amazing. That's pretty good. So yeah, I'll have a look. We'll see what you think about FX Machine. Anyway, now this one, I decided to put King Kong back on again just by itself on GU, and we can have a look here at what GU did. Wasn't a good time. We can see here that I think it was on news on Wednesday or Thursday, the end of Feb. You know, start of the months. Generally, the markets will have a huge move. And then we had NFP, which also introduced a huge move down. So this is very big. Like, this is not normal at all. You'd probably see this once a month, maybe once every couple of months. This is what happened. And it ended up coming out with a loss of $63 after all this. And the drawdown that experienced in that time was negative 1365. I don't know how that's even right, because it doesn't even have that in here, even though I tried it again. But yeah, daily max was 873. I think it lost money because it did, you know, it did make 44, then 12, and then it lost all that. So yeah, not FX Machine, King Kong, definitely not worth trading it on $1,000. It's just not worth it, especially GU. Look at this, it's mad. It won't do well. And I think you'll probably find that you'll have, if low volatile, if you don't trade it in like in the US session, you'll probably have more luck with this robot. But there's no option here to do that. And that along with the fact that it opens up really big trades just randomly. Like, here we go, 1.56. We'll do time. Yeah, we have a look here. 2024-02, yeah, here we go. So yeah, it got into a really, really big amount of trouble straight up. Look at this, negative 628. It got up to one lot when on this move up, and then it came back and closed. So King Kong, probably no good. If you had $5,000, maybe, if you've got $5,000 to risk, but I don't think it's worth it. So I'm going to say that I wouldn't trade King Kong on a low account. That's just me, but for some reason the author has had pretty good luck with it, but not me. So I don't think $1,000 is definitely enough for King Kong. R Factor, it hasn't done much at all, like on the set that I used anyway. So yeah, negative $6, and there's not really much for me to talk about with R Factor other than that there's so many different sets. I chose one. There's probably another 20 sets I could probably use. So this, to test R Factor, you'd probably need like 10 terminals, all with different sets, and you'd have to work out which one is the best from all of that. That's just, yeah, there's a lot of testing with R Factor. But from what I've seen, I think the take profit is too small, and your profit gets eaten up by swaps and commissions, because it trades, I think, on the rollover of the trading days, which when the spread is quite wide, so maybe not so good. So yeah, can't recommend R Factor right now. It would take me a lot more testing to see how it goes. Now this Nesco ended up with $34 in profit, and that was accompanied by this other one called the Winner EA, which didn't trade, and this Nesco made $34, which is the same as this other one that made this one here, which makes hardly anything with $1,000. So yeah, they're all the trades here. And what else can I talk about with this? It's only trading EU. We'll put this back down here. And 0.20% per day, and a monthly percent of 6 as overall. So, and max drawdown of 32. So let me know what you think about this Nesco. I mean, like, it didn't blow your account, but it also didn't make much money either. Maybe I feel as if robots could make more. I don't know. Maybe I'm greedy. And this one's a new one. Actually, this is not a really good test, but it kind of is, but it isn't. So this is called Golden Elephant, and it only traded the last week. It's only traded gold, so that's why all this is all negative. And it's made 69, I think, 60. So disregard like the balance. The balance is not a representation of how the robot traded, but this is. So it made $69 for the week. I've only had it trading for the week because it had another robot on here that pretty much blew the account, which was this AI prop firm EA. It didn't go well at all, so I found another robot, chucked it on here. It trades gold on the M5 time frame. You can see all the profits there. Now, it handled all of this. Like, here are all the little trades. It handled this dump. It's coming back. Like, pretty impressive, I think. However, the max drawdown was $207 when it made 69 over that whole time. So I don't think this is a real accurate representation of how the robot has traded, and I feel as if it's worth another forward test. So I'm going to put it on another forward test, and we're going to see how it actually goes. I'm going to actually find some set files to see if I can make it make more money, maybe have less risk, or to see if it actually trades other pairs. So leave that with me. But so far, I'm really impressed with Golden Elephant. Like, not many EAs can handle gold and come out not losing a whole heap of money, like blown accounts usually. But yeah, max drawdown it had on Friday was $8, so really, really good. And last but not least, we have Forex Perk, which I found out is exactly the same as Clever FX. So what someone has done is just got the source file and just changed the name, and that's all they've done. Also, again, maybe a little bit unfair to the first robot. You know, I ended up trading more than one pair with Forex Perk. We're trading Euro USD, GU, and USD CAD in the end. We can see here the little profits that it has made on the way. Same with GU, lots here, and same with USD CAD. Now, the really good thing I like about this robot is in the settings here, it's got a couple of things that are like you must have in a robot. So I think DD recovery is definitely a must have in any EA that you're looking at trading in a live portfolio. And the other thing is probably time management as well, even though I think I've noticed that this didn't really work. Day management is definitely a huge plus. Now, what I really like about this EA is it doesn't trade Fridays. So what it does is that after Thursday, and it has open orders, and we call these like a series of trades. If the series of trades closes on Friday, it won't open another series. So that's what I really, really like about this robot. So that means you're going into a new trading week with no open orders most of the time, hopefully. And the other thing that is really, really good to have on an EA is a news filter. This has got a news filter in it as well. It shows you the news lines, which is here. And these, we've gone past the news, or it hasn't recalculated back to here. But it's another really, really good must-have thing to look for in an EA when you're looking to use one on a live account. All right, so let's have a quick look at the stats here. We can see daily it makes 1.41%, and monthly around about 42% with just these three pairs. The maximum drawdown that this EA has experienced with these three pairs is $111, which we can see here, and the daily max, which was on Friday, which was 95. The drawdown to profit ratio is actually really, really good. Now, GU has probably the most drawdown. There we can see in the 3, and that's probably due to what happened here. We can see here, and then lots of drawdown, and then it closed here with a little bit of profit. That's the DDR working, and we can see here that the step between the trades has been really big, and it handled that really, really well. I'm actually curious to wonder how it would have gone if the news happened and GU moved this far in the other direction. I think we probably would have seen a blown account, but luckily enough, we did not see that. So the other thing I can talk about with Forex Perk is that I have been testing it out on the M30 time frame and other time frames and a lot of other pairs. So stay tuned to the end of this video and I'll share how that's done, which will be after this, and I'll show you how it went on 28 pairs. So I'm going to say 28 minus all the yens. So I don't put any yens. I found that this robot did not handle yen pairs very well at all. So take what you will. Now, the other thing I didn't do with this is trade gold. You can trade gold with it, but I'm trying to steer clear of EAs that aren't meant for gold to trade gold, because gold can blow your account in a click of a finger. Like, could be bad. All right, so that rounds up me talking about all of the EAs for the month. And yeah, let's get into some bonus content. We'll head over to my other computer, we'll get on the VPS, and I'll show you what I've been up to on there. Hey friends, welcome to the bonus section of this video. If you've made it this far, thank you very much for watching. I know not many of you make it to the end of my videos, but in an effort to try and keep you guys watching to the end, here is some amazing bonus footage. This is a test that I'd started probably a bit over a week and a half ago. And I thought, wow, Forex Perk or Clever FX, it has DDR control or drawdown reduction. Not many robots have that. And I think that is the reason why that this EA has had so much success in this test. Look at the figures. Like, the figures speak for themselves. This is a Fusion Markets demo. The leverage is 1 to 500, and I started this on $1,000 like I usually do. And I know that trading this many pairs on $1,000, it's either going to make money or it's going to bust. And in this case, it made a shit ton of money. Now, can I do this on a live account? And I thought, I'm going to give it a go. So I did. I tried this. I don't have the same results because I don't want to lose a lot of money as well. Like, I'm at a loss for January. I'm actually at a loss because of the start of the start of Jan. I had an EA trading, or it was FX Core 100, and I got stuck in the the AU move down. I run out of margin. I had to end up closing at a loss. So I'm still recovering from that loss. But, if I do something like this, if I can do something like this for a week and a half, like this did, then I'll be back in profit. So I'm actually going to try that starting next week. I'm probably going to open all the pairs that I've got here. So everything that I've done here that you see I've actually done this. Like, this is real results. It's a demo account, but it's not live. So I'm going to share my live starting from next week with this, and hopefully, fingers crossed, I don't lose my $1,000. So what did I do? Well, this is all M30 time frame, default settings, all pairs except for the yen pairs. I noticed when I did backtesting, it really did not like yen pairs. And I think the reason being behind that is that it can't calculate the digits properly. So the distance, or the gap distance between the pairs, is not calculated correctly, and the take profit is not calculated correctly either. And that's why on every yen pair that I backtested, it didn't have a good time. Now, the benefit of trading multi-pairs, doing this, is that if one pair goes bad, all the others will kind of bring it up. But the bad thing about this is that if one currency is stronger and one is weaker, you'll have a fair bit of drawdown occur on all of those pairs, and I experienced that with this on CAD pairs this week. If we have a look at like, let's say Euro CAD, maybe I think it was Euro CAD or one of these CAD pairs, we can see here that it went up and then it came all the way down to here, and my live account got stuck in this straight up, which is unfortunate for me. But I accidentally got stuck in this, and it was not a good time. I actually run out of margin a few times, and I had to end up depositing more money into the account. Whereas this one, for some reason, didn't get stuck in that. It was able to get out of it, or it didn't open those set of trades. And this is because that I started mine on a different day than when I started this, so it's in a different cycle altogether. And that's what you've just got to watch out for. Sometimes you might be lucky and your EA will start in a low volatility period. When it becomes high volatility, the EA is in a different cycle than when it was if you started even a day later on the same strategy. And that's just the nature of the market. And you can't help that. That's just what happens. So there you have it. This is the bonus that I wanted to share with you all. Like, this has only been, though, like a week and a half of trading, and it's made $1,808 in that time, starting with 1,000. So the current balance is 2,808. We're down $71 over the weekend, and yeah, I'm going to keep running it. I'm going to keep pushing it and see where it gets to in another week's time. I know there's a lot of news that's probably happening over the weekend due to all the volatility that's happening overseas. I'm in Australia. Overseas for me is probably like Iran and all of that over there. I know a lot has happened recently. There's been a little bit in the news, so I think we'll see probably big gaps in the market on Monday. So I'm really interested to see how this goes. But there you have it. So yeah, that's my bonus for you guys. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Flick me an email, flick me a message in Telegram if you want to know more. But I've pretty much shared everything. There's not really much for me to share other than the fact that it's default settings, except for yen pairs, M30 time frame, and that's it. All the pairs that you see here. The max drawdown though was $889. That was 50% of the account, or over 50% of the account at the time. So if you don't have big balls, you don't want to lose that much money. That's a lot. That drawdown is huge. But just keep in mind that it's a lot of pairs. It's a lot of pairs for a $1,000 account. So I kind of didn't actually expect it to last this long. So I'm really, really surprised. Now in Telegram, I'm also in another channel, and someone suggested that you can probably try this using a really, really big lot size with no multiplier. And I thought I'd forward test that. And here's the results for that forward test. It's only been running for 2 days, and it pretty much ran over NFP, which was the stupid high volatility period, and probably not the best time to test this. However, so what we did was we did a lot size of 0.2, a multiplier of 1, which means it doesn't multiply when it goes to the next trade. It's trading GU, and that's all I changed. DD recovery is all there. Close price, RSI, time management, day management. It's all the same. But all I did was change the lot sizing and just had a single pair, and and this is what you get. So we've got GU M30. It made $532. Actually, yeah, so daily it made $21 in the day. It is stupidly high risk. I don't recommend doing this at all. This is just to see how this kind of craziness would work out. So I'm going to keep it running for another week, and we'll see what happens with that. Alrighty. And as another bonus, this is my live results over the last couple of weeks. As you can see here, my profit for the period has been $391. For the week, I made $268. This was trading all the same Clever FX pairs that the other one was trading. However, I ended up deciding to reduce it, and then I'll slowly add pairs as I go. Now, I'm not only trading Clever FX, I'm also doing manual trading on this account. I've also got Percept Trader and Whacker trading on this account, so I don't want to overexpose the account to too much margin. And also trade gold manually as well. So that's why you're seeing a lot of differences here. And I had a bit of a break as well. So after my loss at the start of Jan, I decided to take a couple of weeks break, and then I saw this strategy. I played around with it for a bit for Clever FX, and I thought I'd try it on a live account, and there you have it. So there's Forex Perk. I had buy stop and sell stops on NFP. I ended up making $155 on NFP. My max drawdown was $209. And yeah, for the week, made $268. I would have liked to have made more, but I had this negative $68 day where I closed some out in a loss. Sometimes you just got to do that and on a live account, just to avoid any further now, if you're running out of margin, or you don't have enough margin, or rather than putting some in a live account, you'll see me take loss days, and that's fine. That's perfectly fine. Even Mission FX, who I follow a lot, he takes loss days. He's had a bad January. I think a lot of people had a bad January. So I think coming out with a $391 profit at the end of January was good for me, even though I'm still down for Jan. But moving into February, I'd like to see how we go. And yeah, I'm looking forward to trading the next week and sharing that with you all as well. I'd like to share more live stuff with you all, so I'm going to be doing that as well in 2024, rather than just showing you demo accounts. So you can see here I did deposit a lot. I withdrew $50 to put into another account, but you know, it takes me a while to save money, so that's just what I do. Rightio, so another bonus thing, I'll do some optimizations and I'll show you what I mean with Clever Effects and how you can make it work for you better. And so I'll go into that, and then that will round up this video. If you've made it this far, thank you so much.